Join me as I dive deep into the fascinating lives of the 12 apostles and see if I can uncover some surprising facts about each one. The 12 apostles of Jesus Christ are some of the most important figures in Christianity, and yet, despite their significance, we often know very little about them beyond their names. We tend to think of them as a homogeneous group, but nothing could be further from the truth. Each of them had their own unique personality, strengths, and weaknesses, which shaped their journeys and the ways in which they spread Jesus' teachings. One of the biggest misconceptions about the apostles is that they were all saints from the very beginning. Far from it. Most of them were ordinary people with their own doubts, fears, and shortcomings. Take Peter, for instance. He's often portrayed as the rock of the church, but in reality, he was a hot-headed fisherman who often put his foot in his mouth. Or take Thomas, often labeled as Doubting Thomas, but what if I told you that he was actually one of the bravest of the bunch? We also tend to oversimplify their missions, thinking that they all went out to spread the good news in the same way. Not true. Each of them had their own unique mission, tailored to their strengths and the needs of the people they ministered to. For example, Matthew, the former tax collector, was uniquely positioned to share Jesus' teachings with the Roman Empire. And then there's Philip, who became a powerful evangelist, despite being one of the quieter and more introverted members of the group. Another misconception is that the apostles were all martyrs, dying for their faith in dramatic and gruesome ways. While it's true that many of them did pay the ultimate price, their deaths were often more complex and nuanced than we're led to believe. Take John, for instance, who died of old age, but not before writing some of the most influential books of the Bible. As we delve deeper into the lives of the 12 apostles, we discover that each of them had their own fascinating story, full of twists and turns. There's Simon the Zealot, who went from being a radical revolutionary to a passionate preacher of the gospel. There's Judas Iscariot, who, despite his infamous betrayal, was once a loyal and trusted member of the group. And there's Bartholomew, who traveled to the edge of the known world to share Jesus' teachings with the people of India. One of the most pivotal moments in the lives of the apostles is the conversion of Paul, formerly known as Saul. This is a guy who went from being a brutal persecutor of Christians to becoming one of the most influential apostles of all time, writing letters that would shape the very fabric of Christianity. His transformation is nothing short of miraculous, and it's a testament to the power of Jesus' teachings to change even the most hardened of hearts. But what's most remarkable about the apostles is not just their individual stories, but the way they came together to form a community that would change the course of human history. They were a diverse group of people, united in their love for Jesus and their commitment to spreading his message. And in the end, it was their collective efforts that enabled Christianity to spread like wildfire across the ancient world. In conclusion, the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ were far more complex, fascinating, and human than we often give them credit for. They each had their own unique personalities, strengths, and weaknesses, which shaped their journeys and the ways in which they spread Jesus' teachings. And as we explore their lives, we're reminded of the power of faith to transform even the most ordinary of people into extraordinary instruments of change. What's your favorite apostle? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about the early Christian church, be sure to check out my next video on the life of St. Paul. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.